All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Dual Hemisphere Hangout, episode 7. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Luke, and joining me, as always, is my lovely partner, Jake. Say hello to the people, Jake.
Hello, everyone. Episode 7, man. Episode 7.
Woo!
Channels popping,
It's doing.
everyone's
It's
liking
doing.
it. We
Yes.
are more than happy. More than happy. So I believe
Yeah, we couldn't be
have
happier.
a game to play this episode, which is
Yes.
we're trying something new. We've given you 7 episodes of the same, and now we're going to try a little bit different. Gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
no. So it's gonna be fun. So this episode is literally what we're gonna be doing is we are going to be creating our very own Pokemon game, but there's a little bit of a twist. So, Jake, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be taking 10 parts of a Pokemon game, like the Pokemon, the region, the gym leaders. But the catch is we have to use something from each of the 9 generations. So we can't have region and Pokemon all be Johto. We can't have it all that. So I thought it would be really fun is that me and Jake are actually going to go through each category, pick the region, explain the reasoning behind it, talk a little bit about like why we like these specific regions and areas from the specific generations as well. We're going to create our own game. And then when we're all said and done, we'll review it. And then you guys in the comments below, let us know whose game you want to play more. And just
And
know
then
it's
Luke will
better be
ask me
mine.
to make it, and I'll have to lock myself in the office for 2 months as I
There
try
we
to
go.
code the game.
Nope. Your only break is the podcast, Jake.
You can't come on the podcast and my eyes are like bruised and battered. And it's like, Luke,
Get back
can't
to work.
do it. All my hair's long.
You actually have a long ass beard like me.
Oh, I could never grow that. My beard jeans are not the one. So, just to give
Oh
you guys
my
a visual
goodness.
representation for the people who are watching,
Yeah.
in video format, we do have it. All it is, don't get jealous, you audio listeners. It's just an Excel spreadsheet where we're
Yes,
going to type
there's
stuff
nothing-
in. There's no fancy videos or images or anything, so you're not missing out. It's just me typing in on the sheet so we remember what we've said. Because I'm not going to lie,
Exactly.
I have got short-term memory loss. We'll get halfway down and we'll say like, oh, region, like I say I picked Kanto as Gen 1 and they're like, Pokemon, oh, Kanto.
We just talked about it.
Kanto.
It's all, guys, keyword, we're Gen 1ers. It's all going to be Kanto.
The
Alrighty.
Pokedex is just Charizard.
Just Char. I will take that. I'll take that. Fucking love Charizard. Best Pokemon. Fight me. Anyways. Alrighty, guys. So I guess we'll go ahead and introduce. So we have 10 categories, all right? And the 10 categories are as followed. We have region, we have Pokemon, gym leaders, the gimmick, Elite Four and Champion. We have the post-game DLC. We have like the mini game kind of. We've got the rival, we've got the evil team, and then like a little bit of a bonus that's going to really set apart our game from each other's. So I guess, Jake, we'll go ahead and start with the first category, which is region. Jake, why don't you go ahead and tell me what region you want your game in and why?
So there's I have nuzlocked and played a lot of Pokemon games in my time. And I think we might be tied on this. There are only 2 art styles that I think that would fit the region and where I would want the visual side of the game to be. It's either Johto or Black and White. It's
Okay.
It's one of it's Johto or is it Sinnoh? Yeah, it's no Unova.
Unova, yeah.
For aesthetics purposes, I am probably going to go with Johto. I think the Japan setting is, well, I love it. And I mean, if you could technically go like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but yeah, it's still Johto, like reimagined. I love like the Burnt Tower of Ecruteak City. I love Goldenrod, the Lighthouse. to Johto Falls, but just Johto. I know that Kanto's kind of on the
Yeah.
back end of it. No, it's just Johto.
Yeah.
Like
Just Johto. Yeah.
I love that. So I'm gonna go with Johto. I've got a
Okay.
feeling Johto. If I could type, I've got a feeling you might be a little similar. It was a close call between Gen 1 for me as well. I'm not gonna lie. Like Gen 1, like Reimagined Fire Red Leaf Green.
Mm-hmm.
It's the quintessential.
It's so good. Like, so again, so my thing is I totally agree with you with Johto. I'm not gonna make my region that Johto because I'm saving Johto for something else. But that being said, yeah, the Johto region itself, I love the aesthetic. It's like, because both Kanto and Johto are technically like, I think also like a majority of like the first 4 games are all in Japan, like set like Japan area. But Johto's more like the historical like version of Japan. And I do really love that vibe. I love the regions. I love the cities and I love the towns like Ecruteak City. I love Goldenrod City. Mahogany
Goldenrod City
Town
theme
is
tune,
by
man.
far
Banger.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mahogany Town is one of my favorites. Areas, the Lake of Rage, so much cool stuff in Johto. But for me, what I would have to do for a region is I'm gonna go. You mentioned it. I'm gonna go with Unova, and the reason why I'm going with Unova for the region is one, it is kind of like a little homage to America, the New York City area of the United States. I do love that idea behind it, but I also love the aesthetic of Unova. I love the towns. I love, I love everything about it, honestly.
The Sky Arrow
every
Bridge
single town.
is
Sky Arrow Bridge is amazing. There's
watching
can't
that.
remember the name of it.
It was the first time they did like 3D animation in a game, right?
Yeah.
Like outside of top
It
down.
was. Yes.
And
very
when
much
you
so.
walk, I remember like it's all top down, and then you get to
Mhm.
Sky Arrow Bridge, and then the camera pans back,
Mhm.
and you get to see like the whole bridge, and then it pans to the
Yeah.
side, and you see yourself running along the side, and then it pans top down,
Mhm.
and you see the boat going underneath the bridge.
It's so cool.
I remember sitting there on the DS going, because you've
I
only
know,
ever
like,
seen the top of your character.
yeah. No, it's really cool, and I think about it all the time because Jake. One of my favorite episodes of your Genlock you did was your Gen 5 walkthrough. I forgot how much of a banger the Drift Vale City
City
music
Bridge.
is, and
Oh.
it's a banger. It's a banger, and like I like the highlights for me, like our Drift Vale Nimbasa. I love Nimbasa City. I also really love the Charstone Cave. That's really awesome.
That
I
has a
love
good theme
the
as well.
towers with where you meet Reshiram or Zekrom for the first time. The fact that the champion area, the Elite Four area, and there's Ends Castle as well. This is a lot of really cool stuff in there, and I think
Yeah, the fact
is
that, like,
definitely one of those
Castle is
regions.
like below the Elite Four as well, which is insane.
Exactly,
Like,
it just
and I think
rises up out of the ground. Like,
is it the
excuse
first
me.
game that gives you the option of where you want to battle them? In which order?
Yes, it is. It is actually the first time in the game. Yeah, because Gen 4 you could not pick. You would just walk straight. This one you were able to pick whichever one you wanted to in that order. I actually forgot that is exactly it. That is the first time. Yeah, I love that actually. But yeah, no, Gen 5 for me, I that's where I would go. That's where my game is taking
It
place.
just popped into my mind when we were talking about that. Another close call would have been Galar. But I'm saving Galar for later.
Galar is cool.
Now,
yeah, a lot of these you can say for later.
Being a Brit, like seeing England, quote unquote, or Britain in a Pokemon map was it was the best. It was the best. Spawning in that little house and then walking out and the sheep. It's like, oh, I'm home.
I'm home. Oh my goodness.
So
all right, so I guess we can go to the next category.
Yeah, Pokemon. I went first, so you can go first this time.
Oh man! So again, just to preface this, I have not thought any of these through before, and so I'm kind of flying by the seam of my pants. I came up with the categories, but I do not know. And so for Pokemon, I am gonna go with the I'm gonna sound really basic when I say this, and it's really only because I don't have anywhere else to really put it, and I do love it. Pokemon, I'm gonna go Kanto.
Kanto.
I know it's very Gen 1 of me, but I do truly love all of the Gen 1 Pokemon. Yes, I will be the first one to admit their designs are very basic. I remember people were giving me shit for trashing on Gen 5 as Pokemon designs when we have a Pokeball and a magnet and a little mound for a Diglett. But honestly, I do love all the Pokemon in Gen 1. Like I think the starters are amazing. Can't think of anything more iconic than the Gen 1 starters. They just nailed the idea of what a starter can be with a fire lizard, a water turtle, and a green dinosaur. Great, awesome job with that. The
Swamp
fossils
Frog.
are unique. Yeah, Swamp Frog. The fossils are very unique. Like you have Aerodactyl, the birds are really cool. The legends, your pseudo, you have Dragonite, probably one of the more iconic pseudo legendaries. You've got your stones. That's where you have the most evolutions. That's where Eevee is. Lapras is in there as well. One of my favorite water type Pokemon. You got your
Ones that
Pokemon
everyone
like
forget.
Tauros.
Your
Yeah, exactly.
Tauros, your
Your
Executors,
Tor-
um,
mm-hmm.
your Chances,
Your
your Safari Zone mons,
Yep. Your
Kangaskhan. You can't
Vileplume.
tell me if
Mhm.
you've ever played Gen 1 and you were playing it first time blind and you walk into that Safari Zone and you see a Kangaskhan pop on the side of your screen, you can't tell me that you're either screaming or absolutely being flooded with rage because you throw one Pokeball and it runs away.
Exactly. I remember the first time I bumped into Kangaskhan being like, what the fuck is that thing? Because this is back in when Gen Red and Blue the graphics were crazy looking. And I was just like, oh my god, what is this monstrosity with this little baby in its pouch? What is this? And I threw a mud ball at it and just ran away and I never saw one again. But yes, Pokemon, Kanto, Generation 1, sign me up. Jake, what about you?
Oh, I'm just looking down the list, and I think that the best thing for me is going to be, but it's a toss up between Galar and
Mhm.
Alola.
Okay.
Now, I don't think that either of them are going to come into the lower down topics. So this is
Okay.
I'm locking in on this.
Yes.
Do I think no? Like it's just Galar. It's Galar. The
Okay.
mons in
Okay.
Galar are unbelievably good. So what is that?
Okay.
Gen 9? Gen 8?
Gen 8,
Um,
yes.
you've got your Galarian Weezings, Galarian Zigzagoons,
Mhm.
Wooloo,
Mhm.
Dragapult, Hatterene,
Drag Dragapult is dope. Dragapult is fucking
Dragapult,
cool, man.
Ghost Dragon. Like, come on, give me
Oh,
the
dude,
money. It,
Dragapult literally was one of my saving teams in our Scarlet and Violet draft league.
it
It was
literally
amazing.
was. It's a delete
Yes.
button.
Yes.
Dreadnought, Center Scorch,
Mhm.
Phalanx, like
Oh
all
yeah.
these mons, I think really polished at Corviknight, really
Yes.
polished designs. Um, and seeing those in a Johto region, I think would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean,
Close to
you brought up.
Alola though, because
Okay.
Alola has a special place in my heart. That little comatose Kamala, I love that thing. Watching that thing smack out wood hammers 24/7 and
We don't want to get me started
oh.
on Lola. But no, I think I do. I think it's funny because yeah, Jin is definitely a sleeper for the Pokemon. I like looking back on Galar. I'm thinking about all the Pokemon in there, and I'm like, yeah, these are all like. I honestly don't think there's really a. I would say the weakest thing for me for Galar when it comes to Pokemon is just their fossils. While I do love Dracozolt, Dracovish, all those guys, they just look so dumb.
They
And
look
I
derpy.
think
They look
they
very,
look
very derpy.
they, they look a little derpy for me, and that honestly might be the only Pokemon I have a problem with in like Galar at all. I think Galar did a really good job at creating new Pokemon, and definitely a great pick, Jake. I like that. I like it a
Except for
lot. All
one mon.
right, Galar.
One
Oh,
mon
which one?
is a bit controversial.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm not sure what this one.
Or Duraludon. Because
Duraludon.
Arcaludon is in Scarlet. Duraludon.
Yeah.
Trash design. Absolute trash. I'm not having it.
All right. No. Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's garbage.
Why? Okay. Why is it garbage?
It was based off the shard, and then it just doesn't fit. It's a metal building with arms. They could have done so much more. They could have taken the Tower of London.
Fair.
But no, they picked the shard.
Okay.
I get it. It's a landmark. But I think they could have done so much more, and it could have been a really cool... Because it's a dragon type, right? It's dragon steel.
Yeah.
Probably the type that most people want in a game. Gives you most resistances. It's completely insane typing. Should I say that should have been the pseudo instead of Dragapult? God, no. Because I'm so glad that Dragapult is a pseudo, because the design is awesome.
Yes.
But that thing it feels like a side piece. It feels like... Which is the one... Oops, I've accidentally overwritten my Galar.
You got so passionate about it, you knocked out the Galar.
What does it feel like? It feels like it's playing second fiddle. It's a Haxorus to a Hydreigon.
Okay. Whoa. All right. Hold on. Okay. Stop. We're not gonna give Haxorus any slander. I would have been okay if you said like the Druddigon to a Hydreigon, but you're not gonna slander Haxorus like that now.
Haxorus is a fake pseudo, right?
It's a normal pseudo.
Nah, it's not.
Like Gen 5 has two. Yes, it does. Yes.
Nah.
It's got Axew, it has Fracture. Dude, it has a base stat of 142. Like that is pseudo. I think it has like 600 base stat.
I don't think it does. I think
it does.
Like Salamence. I don't think it's... Which one is it? Is it Salamence or Metagross? One of them's a pseudo. You only get one pseudo per gen.
Are they not really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised.
Usually they give the pseudo to the final battle, so Getsis has a dragon.
Okay,
Steven
so maybe
has a
I get. Okay, all right, fair. Okay.
Do you know who has a Duraludon?
Okay.
Fucking Raihan, and it's shit. They should have given him a Dragapult.
Okay, first of all, I'll be the first one to admit Duraludon is a Pokemon's ass. Like it sucks. It sucks competitively. It's trash. Okay.
Not now it can hold an Eviolite, but back then it did.
I mean, at this point, I guess we can call it what we call it in the draft league, just the giant just a giant trash can, because that's what it was. Trash can. All right, going on to gym leaders, Jake. Who are you taking for your gym leaders?
Oof. I think this is where I play the Gen 1 card. There is no better feeling than coming up against Brock. You start on your journey and there's just Brock. I'm here with my Onix.
Yes.
And in Gen 1, you literally had no answers for him unless you picked Squirtle or Bulbasaur. If you picked Charizard, Charmander, God bless you. You are getting cooked. And then, God forbid, you're playing Pokemon Yellow because they give you a Pikachu. And that Pikachu stood no chance.
Jake, I'm sorry. I have to pause you right there. When you said I'm Brock, I literally just imagined thought you ripped off your shirt and you would be shirtless, just like Brock standing next to his. Like the way I just started imagining you just ripping off your shirt and you're just like, yes, I am Brock with my Onix. I was just like, wait, pause.
Okay. Until Gen 1. Misty.
Yeah, I mean,
Blaine. Giovanni.
Cool. I love Blaine.
Giovanni.
All right. Okay.
Koga. They're all everyone knows these gym leaders. I'm
gonna be real. You forgot Lieutenant Surge. Like, hello, that's the best one.
Yeah, I don't like speaking about Lieutenant Surge at the moment. One day I will beat Radical Red, but at the moment, Lieutenant Surge, just every time I get there, he just wipes my team.
America. That's all I hear when I see Surge. America.
I mean, you've got Sabrina. You have Bruno.
Yeah.
Is it Bruno?
No, Bruno's Elite Four.
Who's the fighting type? Dojo guy, the fake gym leader.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't have a name. Maybe it's Ken or
does
something.
He not?
I just no.
Because he's a fake gym, isn't he? Because he's in there with in Saffron.
Yeah, but I don't even think you battle him. I think you just take the Pokemon.
Oh,
you just
definitely
take
him.
it.
I remember getting cooked by him. Surely, maybe as a kid, I'm just like,
maybe I don't remember. I just remember they're like, which one do you want? The punching one or the kicking one? And I'm like,
yeah, I think that they obviously because the typings were kind of designed around these gym leaders. Their teams seem very like fitting for the type. But that's because in Gen 1, they literally will have designed the gym leaders around the types that they had. So it's not a hard thing anymore. Like gym leaders now, they're expected to have a semi-competitive team with some sort of gimmick, and have fitting types as well. And it kind of just it's too convoluted in my eyes. Convoluted, not did.
That's convoluted. Fair. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. The Gen 1 gym leaders are amazing. They're classics, man. You can't go wrong with them. For me, if I had to go with the gym leaders that I would like to see,
such deep thought, Luke. Such deep.
I know. Thought. I'm like, because the thing is, like, I'm trying, because what I'm doing is I'm trying to like
so hard.
We're gonna get judged so hard for this.
The comment section is gonna be like.
All right, I am going to go with Johto for my gym leaders. Now, I understand that yes, by design, the Johto gym leaders are severely weak. But you cannot tell me, I know it's a meme at this point, but it's a meme for a reason, that Whitney's fucking rollout motherfucking Miltank and fucking Morty's fucking curse self-sacrificing Haunters and Gengars were not the most annoying motherfuckers to play with when you were 7 and 6 years old. Like, literally, go fuck yourself, Whitney and Morty. Y'all can all die in a hole. Fuck y'all.
Who was the last with the Steelix as well? What was her name?
That was Jasmine. I never had an issue with Jasmine because I rocked a Typhlosion, so I just fire blasted that bitch. I picked
for Alligator, bro. That Steelix gave me some business. I mean, it had no moves, but it definitely gave me the work.
No, I had when I was first playing Gen 2, I had that Typhlosion. That bitch fucking melted beneath my hand. I said, I healed your Ampharos, now I'm going to kill all of your other Pokemon. But yes, I honestly love all the Gen 2 Pokemon. It's also because it is one of my favorite regions. I love Faulkner. I think Faulkner's a really cool Pokemon trainer. Well, I think it's whack. He has a level 9 Pidgeotto for some fucking reason, but whatever, I guess.
I almost wiped a Bugsy. Like,
yeah, Bugsy, with his Scyther.
But that Cypher, in the later games, gets Technician and then Fury Cutter. And if you don't know what Fury Cutter does, it doubles in power every time you use it. So if you don't eliminate that Cypher within 2 turns, it's smacking you with a 120 base power bug move.
Yeah. If you don't, I'm to this day, if you don't have a flying or a fire type Pokemon at the very beginning of the game, you're losing to that Scyther. You just are. Your Gus isn't doing enough to kill it. And you've got Chuck. Chuck is one of my favorite gym leaders. I love Chuck.
He's cool.
Mainly because he's just a cool dude, man. He's cool. I love Price. I love Claire. Jake, I cannot tell you. This is where my 8-year-old self. I had a crush on Claire as a kid. I don't know why I did. I thought Claire was the hottest girl in the entire world.
I mean, she runs the dragons, right?
When I was like 9, when I was not like 8 and 9, I was like, oh, she's got blue hair. Oh, she's rocking all those dragons. Oh, she's a crybaby. Oh,
anyone that's gonna call Luke out, I swear to God, if you've watched Game of Thrones, you're in the same boat. Like, you can't do this.
You can't. It's just like one of those things. But yeah, I love all those gym leaders to death. I think they're really a solid team, and yeah, that's why I'm gonna
Oh,
go with
that
the
Kingdra
Johto
though.
gym leaders.
That Kingdra.
Yeah, Kingdra was a bitch. It was a bitch to battle.
Because
You
there
could
was no
not.
weakness, right? There's no fairy type.
No, there was no weakness to it at all. You literally I think my strategy at that time was I think I had a I think what did I do? Yeah, I think I literally just rocked an electric type and just I think I had my
Tried.
Ampharos and I just had it stand there and just fucking sat there and tanked it and took and just slowly whittled down its little health.
I can't remember what I did. I probably
Yeah, I honestly
wiped
think
a couple of times.
I definitely wiped a lot, but I think that's my winning strategy. I think I threw Ampharos in there and said, "All right, you're just gonna have to tank a couple of hits, man. Don't let a dragon dance."
Alrighty, so gimmicks. Now, when we say gimmicks, Luke, I think gimmicks were introduced when? X and Y?
Yeah. So okay, I would say gimmicks would be like yeah, I would so yes, X and Y, but I would say Gen 5, because Gen 5 also introduced this gimmick now. It was not a gimmick that lasted, but the rotation battles and the inverse
Okay.
battles, I would consider those as gimmicks.
Would you class double
Obviously,
battles in Gen 3?
I would not, just because that's such a mainstay of Pokemon. I think, I think Gen 5 is where you can start using your gimmicks if that's where you
Gen
want to.
5. Okay.
Okay.
So there is one that is the best. And this will split the comments, and I don't care. But I'm not going to pick it because Luke's going to pick it. And we'll
I don't
save
know.
that conversation for a little
know.
while. I am going to go with Palbea and Terastallization. I do like the gimmick of Terastallization. It's
Okay.
it gives another layer to the game that outside of competitive I think is good. I think if the AI knew how to use it properly and they were given the freedom of not just terastallizing their ace into a specific type, if they could just terastallize anything, that would be cool. But I think it gives Mons viability when, especially when they've got like quad weaknesses and you want to use them in a playthrough, you actually have an option to make them viable in some cases where you might not be able to use them. So I do like Terra. I think the animations are fucking great. Like looking at like the hats and the homage to like when you do the ghost one and it's the ghost in Lavender Tower, like on top of the head. It's great. And then like poison type and then steel's just a big axe. I mean, highlights to my little cup fast draft when I've got a little Meditite with his massive axe on his head.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like Terra. I don't think Gigantamax was for me. I know a lot of people do like it. I don't particularly like it. I think it's a bit overpowered, and the fact that it only lasts 3 turns, I would like something that lasts in battle. I don't like the temporary side of some of the gimmicks. But I will let you take the big boy, Luke, because we are both in agreement that this is the best one. And there will be some divisive opinions in the comments. But go ahead, take it away, Luke.
All right. So I'll tell you what it's not. It's not fucking Z moves. I'll tell you that right the fuck now. It's not fucking Z moves. I mean, I'll just go ahead and knock it out of the way. It would be foolish of me not to take Megas because Mega Evolution is by far the coolest gimmick that Pokemon has ever given. I am not saying it is the best gimmick competitively because I honestly truly believe that would go to Dynamaxing. I think Terra is a great thing for competitive because it adds an extra layer. But I think Dynamaxing can make any Pokemon more viable. Where I think Terra and Mega Evolution only will benefit certain Pokemon more than others. I think the way that we use Dynamax specifically in Draft League, definitely we catered that better, and that's why I think I look at Dynamax more fondly. But when it comes to the coolness factor of Mega Evolution, it is just such a cool idea that I think Game Freak did an amazing job at. And there is a reason why people have been clamoring for Mega Evolution to come back since they took it away from us in Sun and Moon. The idea that you can take a Pokemon and you can Mega Evolve it, and it literally becomes on the same level as a pseudo legendary. Basically, what Mega Evolution does is it gives the pre-existing Pokemon an extra 100 base stats to what it needs to do in most Pokemon's cases. And it is so fun. The designs, while they may look fucking ridiculous, I'm looking at you, Mega Glalie. Like, what the fuck is that? But
Some of them
I
were
think
chronic.
like overall, yeah, like they did a cool job with it. Like, yes, Mega Absol is basically Jesus Christ if he was an edgy emo kid. Sharpedo is a giant fucking nose. But I think Mega Banette's really cool. Then you have your fucking goobers like Mega Slowbro.
I like that design. I think it's cool. I think they could have done a bit more.
I think it's cool.
I think I'm a bit sad that they didn't give us Mega Slowking as well, though.
Yeah, they should have definitely given us Slowking. But yeah, I think Mega Evolutions are really cool. I think they just add more to Pokemon. I think there's so much liberty you can give it. It gives Pokemon that you wish had a little extra more, that little extra more, like I said, Mega Banette, even though Glalie looks stupid, Mega Absol, Mega Houndoom, Mega Manectric.
Mega Houndoom was
so cool.
I mean, there was some garbage ones as well,
cool.
like you say. Like Aerodactyl, I think, come on, they could have done so much better with Aerodactyl.
They could have.
It was already such a cool looking Pokemon, and then they just kind of butchered it. They just kind of stuck horns on it. They could have given it like
Mega Gengar, the most menacing fucker I've ever seen. That thing legitimately is scary, dude. It's scary.
Imagine if they took the same premise with Aerodactyl, but just made it like it ripped it out of its skin. It became like a skeleton bird.
Yeah,
like
that would have been
dope. Like, I mean,
it's so cool, man.
Charizard is Dragon type as well, and then proceeded to make it the worst one out of the two.
They didn't make it though. Okay, I still have very much love for Mega Charizard. It had its moments. Sometimes you had to build a team around it so it would be good. But yeah, it just got outclassed by Mega Charizard Y. But that's what happens when you give it an overpowered ability like Drought. Like, why would you not use it, right? Like, it's like Drought, Charizard, Heat Wave. I can't even remember. I think its base stat is like 170 for its special attack. 170. So, like, why would you not use Drought, Heat Wave, Mega Charizard Y in a double battle? Like, it's no wonder it was so much short. But Mega Charizard is the coolest looking fucking thing ever. I will, to this day, the way that my 19-year-old, no, how old was I? Yeah, 19-year-old college student version of Luke literally got an erection the second he saw Mega Charizard X and the Pokemon anime spew out, dude. Fucking Mega punching a Mewtwo in the face. The way, dude. I was just like, oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Calm, PG, jeez.
So good.
Okay, we'll move on. Come on. Let's dial it down a bit. Let's dial it back a bit.
We can cut that out. We'll cut that
out. Okay. E4 and Champion. Is it me? I went first with Terra. So Luke's lost it.
I can't believe that came out of my mouth. All right. Yeah.
E4 and Champion. Is this you? Because I picked Terra first, so it's you.
Yes.
Regain your thoughts.
All right. Yeah. So. Alrighty. So Elite Four and Champion, I'm gonna take Hoenn. I think the Hoenn Elite Four is actually very fucking solid. And I think Steven, not fucking Wallace, not Wallace, Steven, is one of the coolest champions there are. Yes, Cynthia, I will admit Cynthia is probably the quote unquote best champion. But yeah, no, I love the Hoenn Elite Four. I love how you start off with Sydney as the dark type, really putting that focus on the dark type Pokemon, and then you go to Phoebe and her ghost types. And then you go to Glacia with her fucking sheer cold, having fucking wall rain. And then you go to someone who you would think would be the champion because we get so many dragon types with fucking I think it's not Drayden, Drake, the
yeah.
dragon type one who's got an Altaria, a Flygon, a Salamence, like dude, fucking a Shelgon, fucking stacked. And then you go up against Steven, who by far is has one of the coolest teams. He's got a fucking Metagross, and Steven is he's just a cool dude, man. He's so cool. He's cool looking.
You don't expect him to be there, right? Because
you see him
like
you
hovers
see him
around throughout
time.
your journey. You see him in like Dewford Tunnel, and then you catch him just before the Weather Route. And then you kind of never really see him again. And then you pop into his house in Sutopolis, is it? No, Moss Deep.
No, Moss Deep, yep.
Moss Deep. And then the next thing you see of him is like, surprise, it's me.
It's me. I'm the champ. Say goodbye to your team.
I do have fond memories of beating that Metagross on like the 5th attempt as a kid.
Yes.
It took a lot.
I think it's a solid. Yeah, it's I think by far, like, personally speaking, I don't have a great place for Hoenn right now. And I honestly want to save, quote unquote, the Generation 4 ones for something later. But I think Hoenn overall has a really strong Elite Four and champion, and I think they're memorable in their own right.
I am going with the quintessential Gen 4 for the Elite Four. It's got Cynthia. It's got probably, if you've played BDSP, the most competitive Elite Four and disgustingly hard Elite Four in any game. Game.
Fuck that Elite Four, dude. Oh my god, BDSP fucking going on 24 hours with no sleep, trying to take that on and Nuzlocke
like a Driflim get 3 minimizers off and then baton pass into an Infernape.
Yes. Like, excuse me? What? Did that just happen to me?
Skull playing Sniper.
What game am I playing?
Knight / Drapion.
Like, why? What? I shit you not. No child is beating that Elite Four first go around. No way. Unless they have I don't think unless they have a one level 100 Pokemon. Even then, I think you still lose to Cynthia's team.
Yeah, Cynthia's team, like Spiritomb, Garchomp, Milotic. Like Milotic, I'm pretty sure holds a Flame Orb, but it's got Marvel Scale and Recover.
Yep.
Not Marvel Scale. What's the one that boosts its defense by 2 when it's burned or status?
I can't. I don't know what it is.
It's insane. Like that.
Yes.
That Elite Four, I think, is so challenging. I do think if I hadn't have taken Johto, I do think the Johto Elite Four has some carry to it. Again, it struggled with Mon choice because they only put a few Mons in there. But the run up to it, the Victory Road, because I still class Victory Road as a part of the Elite Four. Like, it's an extension of it to get there. But I think if you don't pick... Obviously, Gen 3 is pretty good, but if you don't pick Gen 4 as a difficulty side, you kind of just wrong. You're just wrong.
No, I mean, if you're looking for a difficult Elite Four, you're not going to get any harder than Generation 4. You're just not. Just not. No way. No way.
Jose. And I'm a stickler for punishment.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Hardcore randomized Nuzlocke.
There you go. Genlock. How can I make this harder?
God. Mini games. Oh, right. I didn't play many of the mini games at all.
Really?
No. Because I am gonna like struggle with picking this because I remember the mini games in Kanto was the slots, right?
Yep, that would be that's a mini game.
Johto again, slots.
I would say Johto, just depending on which version. You can say the Pokeathlon.
Pokeathlon or the bug, the bug catching contest. That's the mini game.
Or bug catching, whichever one. Yep.
Gen 3, I'm probably going to have to go with because it's the only one I kind of remember, and that's the introduction of contests. But people forget in the contest hall, berry mixing machine.
Yes,
that was
I love
fun.
the berry mixing machine.
That was fun. It was cool.
That was
and then
fun.
I had no clue what to do with them, and you take them to the Safari Zone and get some like cool like mons that you'd never see before. It's like, what the hell is going on? And then you'd have to feed Feebas.
You would have to feed it
The
to get its
beauty
beauty
ones.
up. And if you actually wanted to go deep into the contest, you would have to give them the Pokeblocks to make their coolness go up, so their cool moves would go higher. I loved contests, man.
Because oh no.
I
know what it
see.
is.
You got it. You found it. You found it.
It's a Lola. Fucking Mantine Surf, baby. That shit is lit.
Jake, okay. I'm going to tell you what I thought you were about to say. I thought you were going to say Gen 5 for like the Pokestar Studios where you get to make your own little movies. And then you hit me with the Mantine Surf. And I'm like, I'm going to be real. I hated Sun and Moon so much. I did that once. I said, that's fucking stupid. Get me out of here.
That shit is lit. Get me in a Lola right now.
All right.
I'm going to play some Mantine Surf after this.
Okay. Let's go.
I did kind of like lock myself in. I would have picked the slots. Because
yes.
Was it coin flip? Electrode flip?
Electromagnet flip? Yep, that was Gen 2. Yeah.
That's good. Go ahead, Luke. Is it Mantine Surf?
It's not. It's definitely not. Not even close. So for me, what I'm gonna put for my mini game, and it's kind of cheating, but it's also kind of not cheating. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do Sinnoh for the contest.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Sinnoh. I think Pokemon contests in general are just cool. I think they're a very fun mechanic. I will tell you right now, I so fucking lootly despise how they did contests in BDSP. Like, screw you for doing that to me, Nintendo. You give it a blank copy and paste, and you said, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna change contests, though. Excuse me, you're gonna just copy and paste everything else, but just fuck with contests because that's the one thing Luke wants. It said, fuck it. Let's make his life even more miserable and make him never come back. Also, let's change the fucking underground. The underground's in there as well. Bonus points. Let's freaking go the underground. But yes, overall, yeah, Gen 4's got some great mini games, and the underground and the contest aspect of it, definitely some fun stuff in there. And I definitely will take that any time of the week over some fucking Mantine Surf. The fuck?
Don't you cuss out Mantine Surf. Mantine Surf is a fucking bomb.
Post-game
DLC.
Oof. All right.
You're up.
Okay. Post-game DLC. So this one, I am kind of a little bit, and
there's only two.
A little bit in contention.
There only is ever two in this.
There's really only two. I would say now that there's certain things off the board, my choices are limited. But I will say for post game / DLC. Hold on. I just had a thought, and then I thought of something else.
Brain zap. Brain zap.
It just hit me. Hold on.
You've taken a lot of the quintessential ones. Post game, because Johto has all of Gen 1 as post game. Hoenn.
Okay, so this is good. Okay. I got it. Okay, it's only because I had to balance out the last two. All right, so for this one, while I would not ideally pick this one, I'm picking this only, and just want to go over this one more time in my head. Okay, I'm gonna go with
live in the current.
I am no, I want to have the best game. I'm competitive. I'm gonna go with Gen 8. I'm gonna go with the DLC and post game in Gen 8. I will admit the Isle of Armor was a little lackluster. The Crown Tundra made up for it for one thing and one thing only. Dynamax Max Raid What was it? Was it Max
Oh,
Raid
they were good.
battles?
Yeah, the raid dens.
Though the raid
Yeah.
dens, they were fun, man. They were a whole lot of fun. I will still to this day still think one of my favorite clips of all time is me and Jake trying to shiny hunt a Raikou, and I was just going just like going to use this gigantic thunderbolt, like but I think it was such a fun idea. It's a very kind of bringing the community together with it. I really like the counter. While it was like lacking in story overall, I think overall I do very much enjoy the areas that it's set in. It brought back a bunch of Pokemon. Your Pokemon could follow you around, which was a nice touch that they didn't have for some reason in the base game of Sword and Shield. And overall, I like yeah, I like both the eras well enough, but I think for me, I think Dynamax Adventures was a lot of fun and something that I think was worth my $30 I paid for the amount of time I put into it and the amount of hours that I got to get my shiny legendaries because they made shiny legendaries actually possible and actually legit for you to be able to attain for the first time in a long time without you having to do a bunch of humbo jumbo to get your shiny Groudon from Ruby over to your Switch. You can just go Dynamax Hunter Groudon. I think it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, so you didn't pick the ones that I thought you may have gone for.
Okay.
Technically, though, they're like the next games. Like, you know, so
Yeah.
for me, there's two. There's Alola,
Okay.
but it's Ultra Sun,
Yep.
Ultra Moon. So you have the whole Necrozma debacle. That is insane post game. Like, I don't know a single person who didn't struggle at the Ultra Dawn Necrozma fucking catastrophe. And then
yes, that was ridiculous.
And then the one that I will go with, which is Hoenn, but it is a bit of a cop out, Oras. The Delta episode, where
I forgot about the Delta episodes.
You get the primals,
yes,
and then you meet Mega Ray Ray.
Yes, that is dope. I would also, you know, I'm not gonna like. I'm not sure what you picked yet, but I was gonna say, okay, went with Hoenn. I would just say, you can also not forget about the fucking Battle Frontier. That was such a cool concept that
and then the Regis were also post game as well. Trying to work out how to do the Regis, you needed a Relicanth and a Whale Lord, and you needed to read Braille.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you needed to read Braille.
It's like go to this specific spot in this cave and fly, or use dig, or run around it in anti-clockwise motion twice.
yes, definitely. Definitely. I would say that's a good one. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I would have to pick my personal favorite DLC and post game, I would have definitely said Hoenn for sure because of Battle Frontier, and that's really what it was for me, Battle Frontier. I would have said a close second was Sun and Moon. Honestly, I love the Rainbow Rocket episodes. That was really dope.
Rainbow Rocket was sick.
Yeah, that was sick. I love that a lot. And like I said, people know I hate base Sun and Moon. I love Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I think Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon fixed every issue I had with Sun and Moon perfectly fine. And I do actually genuinely love Ultra Sun and Moon. And it was actually the first time as a grown adult where I lost to something in the game. And that would be
I just don't think anyone expected it, right? And then that thing comes out with God stats.
I toxic stalled it, dude. I fucking toxic stalled that thing. So I had no way. I'm like, I'm not gonna grind in a fucking base game of a Pokemon game. I'm just gonna toxic stall this thing out, and I toxic stalled out the Ultra Necrozma and won.
there are some like close shout outs. Well, not close, but fringe shout outs. I think the Blueberry Academy,
10 times.
And Kitakami in Paldea is very good DLC.
I think they did DLC right for story wise in that one.
Yeah. Like, they knew that they needed one story-based thing, because it worked again like with the Crown Tundra. They had the whole Isle of Armor, which was story-based, playing you through the game, and then the Crown Tundra was basically, here's a bunch of legendaries, go find them, have fun. They stuck with the same mantra in Paldea.
Mhm.
You had Kitakami, where you walk through and you do the Ogerpon storyline. And
Mhm.
then the Blueberry Academy is just, we know you want every Pokemon, and here are all the starters. Boom. Here's a
Yeah.
dome, and
No.
here, go wild. So,
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I definitely will say shout out to Scarlet and Violet. They definitely did DLC right where I felt like I did not waste my money paying $30 for that DLC. I actually enjoyed that very much. I loved it. And also it was difficult.
it
It was
was.
difficult
They had
for
competitive
people.
teams
They
built in
made
there.
they made it difficult. And so I will give bonus points for that. So yeah,
The master trainers
shout
or
out
whatever they're
Blueberry
called.
Academy. Mhm.
Um,
Shout out.
Rival. Okay, so what gens do I have
Alright.
left? I've got 1, 2, 3,
you
4. I've got 5
you have
left,
Gen
6 left,
you have that's
and
it. You have Gen 5 and
5
Gen
and
6.
oh,
So
Jesus.
so are you gonna go? You got you got you
Because
got
Gen 6 is X and Y, right?
Gen,
And
Gen
there
6
isn't
you
rivals
got
in that. They're all your friends.
they're all your friends and then the other one, Gen 5, they're not really rivals, they're still your fucking friends. So what group of friends do you want, Jake? Do you want you want 2 friends or do you want 4? Or 3?
So I think
No,
I have left myself.
4.
Yeah, I've got. I think I've left myself good. Either way, the evil team at the end. I've left myself some good stuff.
Jake, bonus points. Can you name me the 4 friends in Gen 6? And the 4 rivals.
Trevor,
can you name them? I know. Okay.
Tierno,
Okay.
Shauna,
Okay.
and Serena.
Good job. All right, good. All right, cool.
Whoa.
All right. Let's go.
And then you've got Sharon and Bianca.
Quiz, you passed.
In Gen 5.
Sharon and
I'm a
Bianca.
Pokemon master.
Yeah, you are. All right, what's the rival in Black and White 2? What's his name? What's that little twerp's name?
It's not Sharon anymore. It's someone else. He's got blue hair and he's wild and he's just wilding out.
Sharon's a gym leader. Bianca's a professor, apparently.
I can't remember. What was his name?
I think it's Hugh.
Hugh? Oh, yeah, it is. It is. I can see it. I can see it on the screen. Because the scene I remember is, do you know Gorm from?
Yes.
He's a 7 Sage, and then he retires, or X Team Plasma, and then he gives you End Zoroark.
Yeah.
So for the rivals, I'm gonna go with Gen 6.
Okay.
I don't think it's what area is that? What's the name of the area? It's behind me. Kalos.
Kalos, yeah.
Were they difficult? No, but because there's 4 of them, it kind of made it a bit dynamic. I mean, you only battle 2 of them, right? You only battle Shauna and Serena. Because I don't. Yeah, no, you do. Do you battle Tierno and Trevor? Is it a double battle?
I think you battled them. Jake, I can be honest with you. I don't think I've replayed X and Y since ORAS came out, so I have no idea. But I know you battle your gendered opposite rival the most.
Yeah,
and they are your final battle.
So I think it gives good variety. There's 4 rivals instead of 1. I'll go with that. Like, that's good for me. What are you going for your rival, Luke?
All right. So for my rival, I'm actually going, and this is okay, and it's kind of hard because rival is a loose term. I'm gonna go with probably the most well-written characters. Then that being the Paldea team, being Arvin and Nimona. I would say so.
Chef's kiss.
I mean, yes. Okay. Are they your rivals? No. But I will say Nimona's a good, and Peony. I get Peony is also I guess a ally in that. And I honestly think, yes, you're right. I think your rival is always nice, but I think you lost your rival edge after Gen 2. And so they really all just kind of became kind of like your buddy that would battle you on occasion, and yada yada yada. And I will take Gen 9. And I was actually saving Paldea for this one specifically because I do truly believe that their stories that are so intertwined with the plot and them as characters, they're just well developed. Like Arvin is just
they
like
are
kind of
relevant.
hard and cold. He's hard and cold, but that's because his mom and or dad left him to become because they were a robot or whatever the fuck happened. And then Peony is like was basically trying to change everyone so they could be not being bullied in school anymore. So they created their own evil team, if you will, Team Star, to kind of take that back. And I actually really loved the Team Star like little outlet things
Side
going
quest.
on. And then yeah, and then Nimona actually kind of felt like a rival who, yes, while she wanted to be your friend, she actively actually wanted to beat you. Like she was like, "Come battle me. I want to battle you." Not because like, "Hey, we're both here at the same time. Do you
Yeah,
want
let
to
me
battle?"
test
She's
your
like, "No."
strength. Or like,
Yeah, she's just like, "I want to battle and I want to beat you." And I love that. I love that about Nimona. So that's why I'm gonna go with Paldea for that one.
cool.
But
And
best
then,
rival by far is still Gen 2. Gen 2's
oh well,
rival.
it's
Fucking
Giovanni's
10 out
son.
of 10.
The
Yeah. He's like,
end
it's just
of
10 out of 10.
like the most evil person in the whole
Yeah.
like universe.
Yeah.
It's his son.
As it's yeah. So Silver, or what I like to use, like Silver, or what I used to call him, asshole back in the day. They were just
He's on his
10 out of 10.
Anakin arc, where it's like Darth
Yes,
Vader and he's
Anakin.
just underneath. So I believe,
All
what does that
right.
lock you in at?
So that locks me in with Gen 7 for the evil team. But that being said, with Gen 7, you kind of have two evil teams. So
You know what?
I'm gonna forgo Team Skull, and I'm gonna
What?
go with the Aether Foundation
If Foundation's
for
cool. Nah, it's
the
your
evil
boy
team.
Guzma.
No. Okay, Ultra Sun Ultramoon did love Guzma, but I thought the Aether Foundation was a nice twist of like, oh, so y'all the real bad fuckers, like y'all the ones that open up fucking portals in space to do shit, and why do you keep your son Gladian like in the area, and you've experimented on his Pokemon, and poor Lily's out here trying to take care of her what was the things called? What was
Nebby.
her, what Nebby,
Nebby, get in the
fucking
goddamn
Nebby.
bag.
Fucking Nebby. And yeah, and her mom, Lucamine, fuck her, dude. I hate her mom. Her mom is a you know what. I do not like her. But
There was
I was a
there
good
was a lot of
antagonist.
depth. There was a lot of
Yeah.
depth and intertwining into
Yeah,
the rival
definitely.
team
So,
was I felt like was embedded into the generation.
yeah.
While some of them can just feel like they're there,
Mm-hmm.
like Gen 6, they're just there. Let's be
They're
honest.
just
Was it
there.
team? Was it what
Team
what
Flare.
team is it? Flare. Yeah,
Team
it's
Flare.
like let's be honest. Lysander didn't need a team to do what he did.
No, Lysander just I'm gonna blow up the fucking world, dude.
Yeah.
He should click.
It was
Didn't need them just
like he didn't need an evil team to do that.
He didn't need an evil team to do that at all.
And then Gen 1 and 2 obviously share Team Rocket, and they're the originals. I mean, that's genuinely bad shit. They're stealing pets.
Yeah.
They're stealing
pets. Yeah, I just think for me, the biggest thing, so I will say by far and away, Jake, you won this one, in my opinion, by just the
Gen
evil
5 is
team
the
by
proper evil
landslide.
team.
It's the proper evil team. Getz has literally manipulated a child to do his bidding for him, to then turn around and say, "You're not the king anymore. I'm the king. I'm gonna do it." And then
I'm gonna do it.
And then he comes back 2 years later and fucking does the same shit again. What a fucking power play, bro! Like
He's
straight up. And he's like, I'm not evil. And then he's like, you know what? I am fucking evil now. And I'm going to be full fucking evil. Surprise. I'm freezing everything with Kiram. Yeah, no, definitely Gen 5. I would say close second would be Gen 4. And that's where I would leave like the two standoutish evil teams for me were Gen 5 and Gen 4 for sure. Just because of the whole reason why they were doing it. You know,
technically, with Gen 7, you can pull the Rainbow Rocket card.
I could, but I'm not going to. I feel like it's a
Because
little bit
that's
of a cop
every
out.
evil leader known to existence.
Did I just win? Did I just
You
win? No,
might
I'm
have just
kidding.
won. You might have just won. I've
Woo!
just got Getsis, but you've
Patience!
got
Let's
Getsis
go!
and everyone else.
And everyone else, and they've got megas.
Yeah. Okay, so I see that there is a little bonus.
Yeah.
What does this bonus entail? Is this just like
So this is the bonus of like kind of what I looked at the bonus like what do you want to add extra to your game? So you've got everything in here. You got your post game stuff like that. So for me, like what I would look like as an extra thing is like you get to go to another generation. Like you can go to another area. Oh, the actual be all end all is you fight your previous self. Like that's what I was thinking for like a bonus thing. So whatever, like
so something
honestly,
already
anything
in the
extra,
game, but we can add in?
something already in the game, or do you, if you want to create something entirely new and just make it your own thing, you can do that as well. There's
So
no
this,
as whatever you want. There's like the cherry on top of your game. What is your
like, I've
cherry on
kind
top?
of shot myself in the foot because
Okay.
there's one scene we've talked about it before,
Mm-hmm.
but it's already in Johto. It's
Okay.
Mount Silver.
Yeah.
That is the end to a Pokemon game.
Mhm.
That was the specific end to Pokemon. Like they coded it in.
It was.
That is probably
it's
the
over.
best bonus thing you can get.
Yeah.
What I will say is what I like out of all of this. I would like to battle Prof Oak.
Nice.
It was. We know he has a team, and it was coded in.
Mm-hmm.
He had like a Tauros, a Snorlax, all the starters, but it never made it to cut. I know some ROM hackers have put it in. I would like to see that official. The guy is the original, and I think he should be. He's Red's mentor, so he should be better than Red.
Yes.
So battle Prof Oak as end game, not Mount Silver.
Okay.
You end up back in Pallet Town, and then everyone's like, it's almost like that Alola adventure where everyone's celebrating at Melimeli Island, and they're all going woo, and then a fucking stadium rips up through the floor, and then Professor Oak's like rips off, and he's got a Team Rocket logo on.
Okay. She's like, I'm actually the evil one. Bitch, now go catch me Mewtwo.
Yeah, and he has a Mewtwo. Oh, it'd be great. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. But I mean, like looking at your game, you could just literally slap Red on the end of that, and I think that's like.
So I'm gonna go a little bit of an outside the box, and I'm gonna go outside of the game realm, and I'm gonna pull something from the anime. And so for me, I'm not sure if you watched the last season of Ash's journey, but he goes and does the Masters 8. So as a fun bonus for winning and becoming the Elite Four, you enter a tournament with all the champions to decide who's going to be the ultimate champion.
That's cool.
All the champions from the previous games. So I guess we'll take the region being Gen 5. So from the last 5 generations, so it's going to be you, Alder, Cynthia, Steven, Lance, and Blue. And you guys enter a tournament randomly, and you get to battle each tournament into it can change based on who it is, but the actual end of the game is you become proving to yourself that you are the best champion out of all the champions in the Pokemon world. I think that's
cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I know.
So that wraps up our quote unquote best Pokemon games. We've picked the best from all the generations.
I will say I would like to play both of these very much. All right, Jake.
These would be very good games. Very good games.
All right, let's go.
I do think you kind of pipped me slightly.
Okay, so what we'll do is, guys, so here's this. What we'll do is we're going to go over it really quick, each of our regions one by one. So I'll start, and then Jake will finish off, and then we'll leave the rest to you guys, and you guys are going to let us know which game you think is the better game. So for me, Luke's awesome Pokemon purple version. We've got the region it takes place is in the Unova region. The Pokemon that are native to that region are the Kanto Pokemon from Generation 1. We have the gym leaders of Johto, that being Faulkner all the way up to Claire. The gimmick being Mega Evolution. The Elite Four, good old Elite Four and champion from Hoenn. So we got to go face Steven at the very end. The mini games, we got your contests in your underground. You got to go to the Blueberry Academy and go catch all the Pokemon that's ever been made in that one. You get to go become really good friends with these well-developed characters in Paldea. You get to go beat up the Aether Foundation from Alola, and as a bonus, after you beat the game and you become champion, you get to battle all the other champions across the Pokemon world, and that is my game.
It's insane when you read it out like that. Like,
it's a fucking game, dude.
Insane.
It's a fucking game, bro.
So, on my side, you are adventuring through the Johto region. The Pokemon that you will encounter are the Galarian form. Okay. Native to the Galarian form. You have gym leaders 1 through to 8 of Gen 1 with Terra mechanics. You are battling the Elite Four from Sinnoh, and you'll finally have to face up against Cynthia to maintain your champion status. The mini game as you go through is going to be Mantine Surf, baby. It's your bad boy Guzma. Your post-game DLC, you're heading to Dragon Spiral Tower, is it? Oh, not Dragon Spiral Tower. What is it? Oh, freaking! Oh my god! How do we not? Yeah, we know what it is. Sky Pillar. Sky Pillar. You're heading to Sky Pillar. You're doing the Delta stream. You're doing the Delta series with Rayquaza. Your rivals, unfortunately, are the 4 annoying friends. But at least you get to run with your nickname. So if you want to be Little Jake, you can be Little Jake.
Hey.
Just to top it all off, with all that going on, you've got Getsis in the back trying to destroy the world. And then once you defeat everyone, you're battling to, quote unquote, the best Pokemon trainer ever to exist, Professor Oak.
Hey, let's go. Well, guys, that's going to do us for this episode of the Dual Hemisphere Hangout. Definitely a little bit more of like a little game kind of thing, not like your traditional, we're just talking to talk. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments which game you would like to play. And if you guys would like to kind of create your own game in the comments below, definitely do that as well. We'd love to see that stuff. But with that being said, I've been Luke, and this has been my partner, Jake. And as always, guys, we thank you guys for another amazing week, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.